Keep it for here.
I say it.
Boom, boom, boom. We
Yo,
good. We
man.
good.
Yo, we messed this up. You know what I'm saying? Where my clock, man? I need my when you dial 911.
All right, Flav. All right, Flav.
See, once you have twins, you lose it in here. You drink Earl Grey tea and you get a great goatee.
Wait till I get a hold of my nephew. I have 3 and I be straight. I'm good at this, man. I just need a vacation every now and then.
No, I saw a little
They
post.
need to start paying women.
I know.
Every woman should be paid.
He hadn't even gotten
Every
the
woman
off of his
should be
seat.
paid for half
And
the
Mr.
damn
Diapers already.
They gotta take care
Let
of
me
it.
tell you
They need
something,
to pay
son.
these women,
I done been on
especially
4
black
flights
women.
that I
Come
made,
on,
and I ain't
back in
post
the day, they had
shit.
to take care of white
I'm
people's
out.
kids.
Don't you want to go play golf?
Black women should be getting double.
Don't you want to go play golf?
That's why my wife, she shouldn't get shit.
I don't know what he said.
Because he's the stay-at-home dad. So now he feels like he's the independent single black mother.
I know
that now he feels like he knows the plight of the mother.
Yeah.
So now he's all pro mom. So that's all. Daddy, do you want to go play golf?
You on my time now, bro. You on my time.
We starting.
Time is money.
Time.
What it do, beautiful people, my melanated kings and queens. Welcome to It's Just the Conversations. I am your host, Just the Verse. Let's converse.
Yeah, I love it when you talk, baby. You're so smooth, like butter, cocoa. This is just a conversation. Really gotta do my word and observation. They're telling us to be patient, but we gon' take it, we gon' not be complacent. We can run a race, that's part of history and all our innovation. We just having conversation. Really gotta do my word and observation.
And this is exactly how the show is going to go, y'all.
Yep.
What it do, beautiful people, our melanated kings and queens? It's another episode of It's Just the Conversations. I'm your girl, Just the Verse.
Really?
Do I even need to talk? How about y'all introduce yourselves to the people?
No, you do it.
No, you introduce yourselves to the people.
All right, hello, how are you? My name is Barack Obama, and this is Michelle.
You know what? Paul Frisons.
All right, there you go. My name is Paul Frisons. This is Hershana Frisons, the queen of the Frisons, with 5 exclamation
Give me your
points.
other name. What's my name for you? King
Hubby Bear.
There you go. On my phone, it's King Hubby Bear.
Yeah. On my phone, it just says, my wife, my queen. And I'd be like, hey, Siri, call my queen. And then they call her phone. Oh, don't do it right now, stupid.
The phone gonna start ringing.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, we are. Yes, we have the Frisons in the building, and I'm so happy to have you guys here. Just to catch anyone up who hasn't been watching, this month we have been talking about Black love. We talked about Black love in the 20s. We talked about in our 20s. We talked about Black love in our 30s. We talked about Black love when the wife is 12 years older than the husband. Now we talked about Black love in our 40s. Now we're talking about something that for some reason social media just seems to think doesn't exist. Well, this beautiful couple right here, they did things the right way. They went ahead and got married, and guess what? There are no bonus kids. They actually had their first child together. So now we're going to explore their love and first time being parents and all of the beautiful stuff that comes with all of that. So how are you guys doing today?
Tired.
That's the first lesson in parenthood.
Yeah.
First lesson.
We want a nap. We was told that if we come on this show, you guys give out vouchers to the Holiday Inn. And it means we can go get a nap.
He's telling the truth.
we just want some sleep.
As soon as it's wrapped, it's like, is he still asleep? All right, he sleep, we sleep.
I gotta be real with you. Some of them other people who did it the other way was smart. At least you got somebody to push the kid off to, so your ass can go get some booty.
All our family members are older now, so it's like
now I gotta pack diapers for mom and baby. What?
Oh my
God! Before we even get to the baby,
first word come to mind is tired.
Tired. I got you, and I get it.
Very joyful. It's a happy tired because you're delirious. like all day, just delirious. You know what I mean?
It's the joys of parenthood. It's the joys of parenthood.
Yeah.
That's not boo.
Yeah.
But let me ask you. Let's go back before we even had baby and all of that stuff. First, how did you guys meet? I love this story because he told me.
You want me to tell a lie? Or you want to tell the truth?
Okay,
no, I want you to tell the truth.
And if you start, going out the rails, that's gonna be a fuck.
It was a rainy day back in May. No, okay. So listen, honestly, we were at a conference for early child education. We both are educators, and they were boring me. This is the truth. I'm at a conference. Anybody that's listening to us, you ever been to a conference? A lot of times they be talking about stuff you don't even want to know about. They be boring me. So I was snoring. I was asleep. And anybody who knows me, cousin Paul, the comedian, they went to give the microphone to the room and said, you could say something. Bing! I woke up immediately. When I woke up, I looked to the left and I saw this woman and I was like, damn, she bad. But I had to get to the point. So I did what I did and I got a standing ovation.
You did. And I was looking
standing
like,
ovation,
black
right?
man, the only black man in the room.
Only black man in the room. In a bowl of milk. Bang. Coin that, right?
This dude.
So I see her. I'm like, yo, she bad. You know what I mean? Did my thing. We go to leave out. We get in the elevator together. She had a scratch on her hand. So I was like, yo, look like you've been in a fight.
Yeah, in the elevator in front of all the people, never looked like you've been in a fight. I was like,
that was my pickup line. But what she didn't understand was the premise to that was you've been fighting to get here to meet me.
Nice save.
Bam!
Nice save. 7 years later.
Right. It took you 7 years to come with the save.
We found out that, our group was going to dinner and she happened to be a part of my group. So I went upstairs and I went and got clean, y'all. Like,
period.
She was on the phone. I was waiting for her to get off the phone and this Caucasian guy kept talking to me, trying to take my attention. And I'm like, dude, I can't talk to you because the moment she hang up, I got to get over there. So I kind of gave dude the Martin.
The man was trying to talk about the issues and early childhood and Paul like get
out my friends. Can you curse on this? Y'all believe it?
Yes.
Them kids.
Exactly.
Point,
I know where you're going with it.
Like, them kids. So so she didn't hang up and we started walking towards the restaurant. Well, I walked over. I was like, yo, hang up.
Yeah, he just ordered me to hang up the phone. And I was like, who is this guy trying to order me around? Like, I don't even know your name.
She ain't called that nigga back yet.
True that, though. True that.
Been stuck with me ever since.
True that.
Ever since.
Who is this man trying to? Okay, hold on. Let me call you back. Let me find out who this man is trying to.
Offended, but also intrigued. Like, right over the line.
So, with that being said, right, I had her. So we had dinner, sitting the same way we sitting right now, and it looked like the Last Supper because there was people all around. But we just kept talking to each other the whole dinner. Listen, our first meal was paid for by somebody else, and a lot of our meals after that have been paid for by somebody else. So it's nothing but a blessing.
Thank you.
So while we sitting there, to the left of me was a young lady who was married. And she kept saying some of the nastiest things ever. That was, you know how they say angel, demon?
Right.
I was in that situation, right?
Preschool teacher.
Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm single at the time.
Right.
I done spent almost $700 to be at this conference that I didn't have. And this young lady's talking about fellatio. And I'm thinking, like, get to know somebody or hold a throat real quick. I'm being real. I had to make a decision. I chose correctly.
The Lord got
there
it.
you go.
The Lord got you.
There you go.
I chose correct because I'm gonna be real. I was thinking hard, like if this don't work out.
I just missed out on some early education
going on the other side.
Oh, she had whispered some things that I'm sure her preschool class could not be taught. I don't even think some of the stuff that she whispered to me, she whispered to her husband.
She was married. Yeah,
she was married.
She was married. She was.
I was just Don Juaning them at the conference. See, when you're the only black man in the education, they like you. They be like, he can read. In this home, so,
he knows the word.
Yeah, so we took I asked her to go for a walk. We were in Washington, D.C. We walked Washington, D.C. Okay, initially the walk was 3 hours. It took us another hour to get back to the hotel because at the time I didn't have Siri. I had Google. And and then I was trying to like find our way back. We kept getting lost. But what had happened was I had on a brand new pair of loafers. And you remember, I'm gonna get you, sucker. My toes was like that, so I was like, "Listen, you and Jesus take it and get us back," because my feet are.
Yeah, you had the Android at the time, right?
Yes,
and I was just like, "Let my iPhone help us guide."
Period. Let me bring you into my world.
Them two women got me to where I needed to be. They sure did.
And the crazy thing is, I knew we were lost, but I was like, "Okay, you just met him. Don't stomp on his ego right off the bat."
Screw it, ego. My foot was like.
I waited for
all
an
she
hour.
had. No, that's too long. See, now we done talked about it. See,
I was like,
we're better at this now. And I'll be honest, we bet because if I'm low, tell me.
Yeah,
now.
Tell me.
I mean, listen.
2 minutes.
Here's the deal.
Where we going?
See, that was our first encounter. Then the second one when you came to Philly. What was our third one? Our third one we went to Cancun.
Yeah.
So like we moved like through phases of relationship stuff faster than most people move through phases in marriage.
Right, Cancun.
I think it's important too to say we were long distance. So like I lived in Pittsburgh, he lived in Philly. And so I had never
5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours drive with a $60 toll.
$60.
So every time we
plus that's where you get me. That's where love better for bad.
So
plus snacks.
Yeah. So
plus white folks on the highway yelling Trump shit.
I had never been in a long-term distance relationship before, but it ended up being the best thing ever to start us out because we had no choice but to talk to each other. Like you couldn't just see each other.
Right.
We
had to get to know each other.
Choice but to talk, and that communication was key. So when we did come together, it was amazing because it was almost like the fruits of the labor of that communication that was bringing us face to face. And we did that for a year, and it got to a point where when we would leave each other, we would like tear up a little bit, like
cried.
He did.
So
he was going to cry.
He gonna cry in the car.
I sure did, like a bitch.
Like, listen.
You know how long it is to drive away from your love? 5 hours.
And
so when did you know that you guys loved each other? Like when was there a specific moment?
A month and a half in, I was at Shelton and Green Street in Philadelphia, headed up the highway to go pick up some marijuana.
Oh, see, I didn't. I remember my place too, but I was at a children's festival.
But you know what? I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Well, here's the deal. I ran a daycare center, so I was around kids all day long. I owned my daycare. So on Fridays, I needed to forget the week.
Okay.
4-2-0.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah, he said it to me over the phone.
How did I do it though? Do you remember?
Yeah, you said I
Nope, stop.
What?
We hung up.
We hung back.
That's right. We hung up, and I was like, damn, I think I missed the opportunity. And I called right back. And that's all I said. And then we got off the phone.
He was like, I just want to tell you something.
Player like,
I love you. But no, but let me tell you how player he was trying to be. So he said, I love you. And it's that agape type love, where it's a passion. Like he was really letting me know.
Yeah, because I didn't want to think I was saying it to try to get some booty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the very first night when we was together, like we didn't want it to end. So I sent her a text and she was like, I don't want it to end either. You can come to my room, but just know you ain't getting none. And I was like, yeah, they always say that.
No, I meant it.
So then I get there and she got her hair all bunned up with some Cookie Monster pants on.
That's how you gotta do it.
First and foremost, if anybody's ever heard the song by R. Kelly, Cookie Monster, I was ready.
Oh, yeah.
But I decided I'm gonna play this right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be
this is the perfect episode to end the month.
Yes. That too, which I'm sure nobody else knows where it is.
There we go.
But I was like, oh, you teased
it wasn't. Okay, no one else knows where it is. It's a spot where it's between the line. It's not private, but it ain't.
It's private. So anywho, I'm like, oh, she playing games in here. So I just went on ahead. I just went on ahead and cuddled up like a pillow.
And we fell asleep.
And I probably snorted and farted the whole night because I farted on the walk. I did. I stepped, like she was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm admiring this piece. And I actually walked over
it was a beautiful walk. And the thing about it is when we were walking, that's 4 hours. We were talking about just our lives, like what our desires, like our wants, our past, everything. And it was very, very blunt. I feel like at this age, there's no room for like games. I don't know. Like I just went over the games and I'm like, okay, he's gonna like me or he doesn't, period. And if he doesn't, that's okay. Like
her breath smells good.
Life is good. So
her feet, she walked straight. It wasn't no bow leg.
On those situations.
I was like, do she waddle? You know what I'm saying? Like
you did.
I was like, do her butt switch a little bit? You know, that little
period.
That good job was like, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, all right,
he was very honest.
I was
about a lot of things.
Yeah, I told her everything.
Some stuff are like, I'm from the South, I'm from Texas. So
I'm from
I wasn't used to the rawness.
I'm raw.
I'm not used to the rawness.
I can understand.
Oh, dirty bastard.
I was like,
baby, I
like clutching my pearls. I was clutching my pearls.
Hey, listen.
But I appreciated it though, because it was true. Like it was honest, it was true. I feel like everything he's telling me, he put it out on the table. So
I was on something. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, there's a girl back at the hotel ready to get a blow.
Telling me all night in my ear.
That's it. I'll find a room now. Don't play with me. Anybody know where the white and black girl at? She white and black. I know where she at.
Like, that walk was the best decision ever. And normally, so I was actually working the conference. So I was tired. I'm not gonna lie. I got there super early in the morning. I was tired. I kind of, but something told me when he asked me to take a walk, I was like, something pushed me and said, just do it. Like, go for it. Why not? I know you're tired, but just go for it. And I'm just super glad that I did, because I don't know, like normally I would have been, oh, well, not tonight, but I'm so glad.
It worked out. It's about taking chances. One word that you use, and I'm stopping right now to say this because this is so dope for anybody who watches this. The super dope thing is that you said when you were telling what happened that night, communication. And every couple that I've spoken to, from my son, and he's 23, all the way to the last couple, everyone keeps talking about their communication and one part or another of this. So you guys started out with communicating, with being open, with telling, your lives, your stories, being straight up, farting if you need to. Hey, we expect nothing less from you. So as you're moving forward now, at what point did you know that you wanted to get married, that this was the one, this is it?
April 9th, 2000.
Come through dates?
18?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She came down and she wanted to go see a Shakespeare play. So if you know anything about Philly, the Shakespeare theaters in Philly. So they had, what was it, the Taming of the Shrew? I fell asleep, but I took her. I did. I fell asleep. I was in that bitch snoring too. Like,
He did.
Here's the deal. Premise up. The same way she said she was tired about working the conference. She was coming down on the mega bus from Pittsburgh to Philly. I ran to daycare. I ran around. I had picked up like flowers. I'm allergic to shrimp. I picked her up some shrimp that was like that big. I cooked them, put the meal together for everything. Took her out. You know what I mean, whatever. So by that time, it was like 9:00 at night when that play started. And for this shrew was tamed. I was done.
It was the thoughtfulness because I knew that wasn't his thing. I know normally if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be sitting up in that play.
Nah.
So it was the thoughtfulness for me, and I appreciated that. I love.
So that was April 8th. So that April 9th, my birthday. The very next day, we went to dinner, and then after dinner, we met up with a bunch of my friends and a couple family members. And two of my best friends was like, yo, you be married in a year. Like just off of meeting her and sitting and talking to her. Now, both of those friends had met previous exes and previous women who I had dealt with. And them words never came out their mouth.
Wow.
Ever came out their mouth. And I thought I had at least 2 catches out of the
right.
But I'm glad I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it was at that point that I started kind of like putting the plan together. We went away for her first birthday. We went to Hilton Head, South Carolina, hung out for like a week. And then that very next year for her birthday, I flew her mom in, my parents in. We were down in Orlando. And it's another funny story, but we'll hold that off for right now. We went down to Orlando and her mom had no idea. My dad knew, my mom had no idea. And I did it right there.
Yeah,
it
was
and I created the ring off of all of my old jewelry that I had no more use for. So it's like 2.5 carats of diamonds in the joint. Like I took it to the jeweler. She had showed me like this vine print that she wanted. She said it was so amazing. So I showed it to the guy and he made it happen for her. Yeah. He carved it in there. So her ring is one of one. Nobody else will ever have it again. Fire. And yeah, like it was like dope. So 9/2/16 was the day that, we went on ahead and solidified that we would be married. And that was it.
I knew ironically, after our first argument that we had. So we had gotten into our argument. This is maybe, a month and a half in, and we were staying in, he had come to visit me. So we were in Pittsburgh. And we got back to the house. It was late. And I was like, you know what, let's just go to bed. It's all good. And he was like sitting in the living room and he was just kind of like sitting there, like he was still like processing. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, let's go to bed. And he said to me, and he was thinking in his mind that because we had this huge argument, like I was going to like put him out in the street. He was thinking, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to drive all the way home tonight? Where am I going to? And I'm thinking, who have you been with? Bitches. That has made you feel like I'm not gonna put you, I love you. Like I'm not gonna put you out of
Hey, Justin. What's Too Sharp's favorite word? Bitches.
That didn't even cross my mind to think like that.
Let's be real.
And so we talked about that, and I said, you know what? In the same token, my experience was after having an argument, you just feel so beat down, like you just feel so. I don't know, like the person's trying to tear you down, and I didn't feel like that with him. I felt like we had a disagreement. We just had a disagreement. We'll figure it out. I felt like there's hope for tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so that's the difference for me. So I'm like, if we can get through this, we can get through anything because I know that no matter what goes on, we okay. Like we good. We love each other.
I don't remember arguments.
Yeah, he never remembers arguments. I'm like, I do remember them, but it doesn't phase how I feel about you.
But that is super important, especially as a woman, because we tend to let our imaginations run away. So if we get into an argument with, or even a heavy disagreement with someone that we're dating, we automatically start thinking, oh man, it's over. It's just something about.
Are you calling me a bitch? That I was the bitch in this one? Like, I probably was, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm 5 hours away from home. Like, you know what I mean? I could have went and got a room, but you know what I'm saying? I'd have been looking just like what's the girl got her ass whooped by Ike Turner?
Tina Turner.
I look like Tina running across the highway.
My maiden name is Turner. He always tells
her last name. I had to change her last name.
You had to change that last name.
Is Turner, and she from Texas. And what's the famous line from Ike Turner? We got shows, San Antonio, Dallas. I used to look at her like, I ain't going to San Antonio with your ass.
So, oh my goodness.
So after y'all get married and all that good stuff, time passes by, and then you end up making a creation, a lovely creation. Okay, a lovely, lovely, lovely creation. Tell me what it was like when you found out you were pregnant, and when y'all found out you were pregnant. I'll say it like that. How did that feel?
I gamble heavy. I got a problem. I went and got books because I gamble heavy. She went and bought some scratch-off tickets. So I'm standing there, I'm scratching them off. I get to the last ticket. I'm like, where the fuck is this ticket from? I'm looking at it, I'm like, shit don't got no state on it. Like, if I win, where the fuck I cash this shit at? You know what I mean? I'm a gambler. I'm a gambler.
Scratch it off, and the winner is
right.
I'm a gambler. I'm like, what? Looking at that ticket. What is this shit?
This don't have this mark on it. Don't have that mark.
Like, what app do I use just to check this month? Like,
scratch the ticket.
Scratch the ticket.
Like, you supposed to win money on a ticket, not a ticket tell you for 18 years.
You're going to lose money.
You're going to lose money.
And I knew it. Because I feel like I know him so well. I knew in my spirit, I was like, he's not going to be fooled by this. But it really did look real. I was like, don't tell me he's not going to be fooled by this. But I was still hopeful. But nah.
So I read it. And I was excited. And she had the box. I had just bought a pair of Jordans. She had a box that had the little baby Jordans in there. It had the little, the Dallas Cowboy stuff for them. It had the baby shark dad joint and all of that. So I'm excited. So like the whole weekend, I wouldn't let her do nothing. That lasted till Monday because I was like, listen, even pregnant people got to move. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, with that song, the thrill is gone, baby. It was over by Monday. It was like, all right, you still a human. You're going to have to get up.
No more bed rest for you. No more bed rest for you.
Get you tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I was excited. And for me, unlike most of my male friends or men that I know, that was the first time I had ever heard those words from a woman.
So you haven't even had to
under my belt. I ain't got no punched in the gut, and I ain't got no hit potholes that made it go away.
No maybe babies.
I don't know any of that. So I've known nothing of that. So for me, it was special because it was the first time that I had ever heard it. And it was with my wife. And I want to build the family and do the things that we do with her. And as you can see, if you follow us or move around us, what we do with Maven. I remember being on stage when I first said it out, when I was able to say it out loud, when we were past, what was it, the second trimester, or whatever, so that I could actually voice it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it felt so good. Yeah, it felt so good just to be able to say it. You know what I mean? Telling our parents on Thanksgiving was fun. Mm-hmm. My daddy thought we just gave him a piece of artwork. It was the sonogram. I'm like, who gives you a pice of artwork this big? Like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I said, you need some hanging on the wall. So yeah, that was fun. Just the excitement from people and everything like that. That was amazing. The support, both baby showers here in Philly and one in Texas. That was fun. A lot of work.
People really loved and supported. Like Maven is loved, like by friends, family.
Maven bagged a 40-year-old Caucasian woman who drove a Bentley when he was like 4 weeks old. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I high-fived him. I was like, she got son. You winning, son.
Early.
You know what I mean? You know she got AAA, son. You know what I'm saying? She good. We was at the Whole Foods and they just staring him down. I'm like, get away from COVID still exists. But you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just been fun. Love him, love his smile, love his live.
It's special because we're talking about marriage and like going through this within a marriage. And, you know, people do things a lot of, you know, different ways. I can say for me, it was very important for me to be married because, and I think of it even more so after being pregnant from the, you know, female point of view, you go through things during that is very intimate in terms of pregnancy. It's very intimate. I just can't imagine anyone else being that, you know, partner in that journey with me, because you just see so much. Like there's no pretense.
I was Dr.
There's
Husband.
no, you know, for a while you're like, oh, you know, I'm a lady, I'm a child. But at a point you're just like, look, this is what it is.
This is what it is, right?
This is how I feel. This is what it looks like. Like it's everything.
Man,
and I just can't imagine.
By that third trimester, it sounded like Iraq in our bedroom, because it was between me farting and her farting. It was crazy in that joint. Like, I mean, I ain't never seen her lift her leg like that. It was like, you know, Jane Fonda. Like,
you just don't care. And
you don't.
It wouldn't have been the same if I didn't feel that connection with him. At least for me, I have to feel that in order to feel comfort, because it's you know, it's not pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that, because I know with me, of course, I wasn't married, but Makai's father was there during my pregnancy and all of that. And I know that man was changed. Just experiencing all of, because you're right. At first you try to be cute with stuff and all that type. Then after a while, it's like, man, I'm constipated, yo. Somebody needs to give me some. I don't know what's going on. Like you just you got a whole human growing inside of you. You really don't care about anything else anymore.
Yeah, I seen some stuff that, you know.
You gotta really trust this person. Like I really trust him to keep my secrets. Like
yeah.
I really trust.
Yeah. And I ain't even gonna tell y'all, but yeah, I had to. He got some secrets to this day that he will keep. He is now off and married and all that type, but he knows. Yeah, we just don't talk about it.
It's some stuff that I have a written contract I can't talk about on stage or nothing. You know what I mean? In relation to, like, she threatened my life a little bit.
He knows the line. He knows the line.
Look, I'm gonna blink twice.
Yeah.
Stop pinching me under the table. It was
blink twice if you're okay.
We got some secrets. I mean, what couple doesn't have secrets? But we got some secrets now.
Secret.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it was fun. It was great. It was enlightening. The past 11 months with him being here has been enlightening.
Yeah.
I looked at him yesterday. I said, "Boy, you about to be 1 year old. We ain't killed you yet.
we doing all right so far, so good.
Right. And now he able to move
right now.
He audible now. You know what I mean? If you do something to him now,
yeah, right.
So, he telling you now. So I'm like, all right, you know, at least we know he worked. You know what I'm saying? Like the batteries were included, instructions and all. You know what I'm saying?
We good. So nowadays you see so many blended families. And this episode is not to say anything is wrong with anything. It's just, it's beautiful to see people do things the traditional way, because it seems, like I said at the beginning, it seems like social media will have you believe that you guys don't exist, right? So being that you guys did things this way, and this is, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even realize I didn't know, of course I wouldn't know, but that was the first time anyone had even come to you and said, hey, I'm pregnant. So that right there is another level of dopeness that,
my pullout game's immaculate.
Okay, so,
I mean, we argued about that. Like while we were trying to create, I was like, shit, my fault.
It's just habit at this point, right?
It's a habit. Like my bad.
My bad. Next time I got you.
You know what I'm saying? 993 million and three. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So with these relationships now, usually I don't know if it's usually or not. I just know myself. But in a lot of situations, somebody's coming in with some sort of knowledge of how this goes because they've already had a kid. So it's kind of like a little bit of guidance that could be there. With both of you being, this is your first child together, married, all that type of stuff, how have you been navigating this parenthood thing? I mean, he's not broken, so shout out to you for that. It's not even a year yet, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. But how have you been navigating this whole thing?
I listen. and shut up, and then say what I gotta say, and then walk off real quick. I mean, like, okay, so I feel like I had to realize, and this is truth. Like I literally sat in my car. I'll never forget that. I sat in the Infinity, and I thought to myself, I said, "Yo, all because you ran the daycare does not mean that she wants to raise our son in the way that, let's just say, like the state would tell you to do certain things, or certain manuals or books would tell you to do certain things." So my wife is a thinker. She's a Virgo. She's a thinker. She's a planner. You know what I mean? So, if his head feels warm, she doesn't want to just do the kiss test. We got to check his ass. We got to check his ears. We got to check his nose. You know what I'm saying? So because I know this, I'll do the kiss test and be like, "Oh, he good." But I already know him. I just whisper to Maven, "Good luck, son." And I hand him over. You know what I'm saying? Daddy gonna give you the once over. Mommy gonna examine that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know, and I'm not upset with it. So certain things that my wife would say or ask in the first, let's say 4 to 5 months, she would say stuff like, what was it? Gastric reflux.
Oh,
I think the baby has gastric reflux.
He did.
Right? She said it. And then my dumb ass, I'm like, "How the fuck a baby got acid reflux? Ain't no acid in that shit."
Yeah.
But I'm also on my, stop just giving them shit. Like, I don't, I just want them to be perfect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even though I understand we're perfectly imperfect. BU brand fall.
Shout out.
So yeah, like I want him to be perfect, and in my mind, he is that. So when she's saying he's got this or he's going, I mean, he ain't going through none of that. He cool, he's straight. Anything. But I realize, babies can have this, babies can have that. As long as she changed the poopy diapers, I got the pee ones, and we good.
Y'all got a system.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the reason why. That makes sense.
Well, I think you perfect too. Then you farted that time. And that was it. I was like,
I wondered because maybe I also had like baby eczema, and so
well, that bothered me a little bit because I was just afraid for his skin. Like I just
and he was just like, "Oh, he's fine." I'm like, "It's okay." Yeah. He has a little eczema. Like it's not right.
Then we found an amazing African American company in the city of Philadelphia by the name of Yaden, who makes nothing but all natural products for adults, babies, everybody. Like it's the most amazing stuff ever. He literally had an eczema spot that broke out like right here, and within 2 days, the complexion was back.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I mean? So the stuff is amazing. The products, they're reasonable. If you can go to Bath and Body Works and buy that crap, you can definitely shop there. And I knew it was good when we both were in there, and it was a Caucasian doctor, and she looked at the bottle and she was like, "This is great." They look at everything with a fine-tooth comb, but she was like, "Where is this place?" And it was like, "Okay, yeah, we stumbled onto something.
We onto something."
So I just wanted to make sure that he was cool, in any way possible. I want to make sure he's mentally stimulated in the right ways.
And it's scary at first.
It is scary
because it's like, this is first of all, he's our only child so far, and he's like, like you said, he's our jewel. So you want everything to be okay. You want to make sure you're doing everything right.
But then you said something about a month ago that made sense too. He's not ours. He's God's. He was given to us by God. So like he's our gift. So he's one of the greatest gifts that we've ever received. So we have to treat him in that way and monitor him in that way. And whenever somebody gives you a gift, 99.9% of the time they should give you the things to take care of that gift. So since he's a gift from God, we understand that God's going to give us everything that we need moving forward to make sure that he's all right. Now, we might want some luxury stuff. We're going to have to get that on our own. But, we're going to make sure that, he has, meals. He has a comfortable home, a clean home. He has plenty of love. The boy can't get no more love.
Yeah, and we do the best we can. Like that's
rotten banana.
We're doing the best we can. Yeah. Oh, no, not rotten, spoiled banana.
Spoiled rotten banana.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, if they see this face right here, like, how can you not spoil How can you not spoil? How is that possible to not spoil this?
I get up and walk off.
They are so funny together. I love
that boy whoops my ass.
He's gonna be a character, but they're so funny. They are so funny.
You see, I got a patch right here. He pulled it. So here's
because they play a lot, and so maybe we
wasn't playing. I was laying there chilling, and then he just walked over and just snatched.
Like, let's go. Paul probably screaming out in like real pain. Oh, you good?
The other day, he punched me in my lip.
Like a real punch.
Like a real punch. I was like, yo, what's that about?
So in other words, y'all can have a daughter so that he can take care of all of that, right? So y'all gonna have a.
I was like, he never.
We're working on baby number 2.
We are. This was actually our hour to do that, but we gave it to you. Because it's okay, it's all right. But we know it's gonna be a girl because I've been watching a lot of My Little Pony and eating a lot of stuff that's sugary and glittery and pink and like pastel colors. Now, if it's not a girl, it might be a gay boy, but it is what it is.
Oh my goodness!
Hey! Either way, you'll get your daughter. It's all good.
One way or the other.
And Megan will be there to handle business. You know what I'm saying? No bullies over here. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, we definitely would like to expand the family and have a girl at some point.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you want?
That's it.
That's it. I can't do no more at the 2.
Yo, put that number down. That look like we saying 7.
Oh, sorry. 2.
I can't do no more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me tell you something. If she got pregnant and it was like 4 in there, I'd walk off. You got this on video. You understand? Ed, you back there? I know you hear me, but I will walk off. Y'all will be like, where did Paul go? He left his wallet. Hey, he just started walking. One pair of shoes, one drawers, one outfit.
He said he was going to get something from the car. He never came back.
Y'all be like, yo, you'll see the next Asian spy balloon. Like, there's a man walking on water. I'm just walking. Gotta go. Like, 4?
That's why I say shout out.
Do you remember what it was like to wake up at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 1:15 in the morning, 12:15 a.m., 12 a.m.
Well, you know what? I was spoiled. Makai came out on the schedule 3, 6, 9, 12. As long as you fed him within 3, 6, 9, 12, he was good. That boy came in the hospital 3, 6, 9, 12. And when he would go to sleep, he'd wake up at 3, he'd wake up at 6, he'd wake up at 9. So I was spoiled, and that's why I low-key didn't want any more kids, because I was like, there's no way I have another child that's going to make it.
That's my fear right now, because Maven has spoiled us. He actually sleeps through the night already. But like this last week and a half, we've had him. He's woken up like once or twice in the night, and we're like dying over that. And I'm like, Paul, we've been spoiled because this is the norm for many parents. And we just like waking up.
Put the cute kid back up on the screen one time.
1:46 a.m.
This little cute kid. Now take him off the screen. I won't look at him no more. But every night, we went to sleep. Now it was late when we went to sleep. So you ever had one of them sleeps where it felt like it was a long time? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking it's like 5, 6 a.m. He up, jumping on the bed.
Having a good time.
So Shona trying to get him back to sleep, and I'm like, he ain't gonna go to sleep. I got him.
I
go to step off the bed, and I look at the TV screen, and it said 1:46 a.m.
1:46.
I know you were like,
it's the middle of the night. Ain't no play. It's time to go to playtime. I don't want him thinking he's gonna get to play at 2.
If I had a rope, I'd have put it around his waist and hung him out the window and just let the wind let's go back. I mean, listen, new white folks made all them songs about the baby carriage falling off the tree and all that. I can go ahead and swing my son back and forth like a pendulum. Yeah, it's just a pendulum. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy. 1:46 a.m.
I'll go when he's trying to put him to sleep or whatever. I'll go in another room to do whatever. And I just hear, Paul, lay down, Nathan. And then you hear him, Dad.
And that's funny to her.
Dad. Yeah, it's hilarious. Hilarious.
It's funny because we know how much it bothers you.
It's okay. He with me all the time. So that's why I feel your daddy's pain. I understand.
Yeah.
He with me all day, every day for the most part.
Week, so.
You know what I mean? It's daddy daycare. You know what I mean? Or
shout out to the bed in the back because my dad is visiting me right now. But my dad, I woke up this morning to go to work, and it's like 5:45, somewhere around there.
It froze.
Gotta keep a smile
on. Hey, I always look pleasant.
Look at me. Shrek.
Whole thing.
Okay, it froze for a second.
I'll edit that part out. It's all good. Okay. I just had a blackout here. It's all good. There we go. We back. But
no white people around. If you're around white people, it's a whiteout. Or the purge. Or the purge. You know who's used to that, right? Your daddy. Yeah. Be like, I know what to do.
I
know. Throw cheese.
But my dad was sitting here at like 5:35, 5:45 in the morning, stalking those babies on the camera. He's watching them, and he's like, Johnny's awake. He's awake. I know he's awake. I'm like, please don't call and wake anybody up about this baby. I'm like, you need a vacation. Everybody needs a vacation. Leave the babies alone.
Interesting. Because we call it, I tease Paul about like helicopter dad because you seem like, oh, he good, but he's the main one. When I go. When I have to fly out to be somewhere, I try. Paul got him or whoever got him. Our parents got him. He good. As long if something happened, they'll call me or whatever. But other than that,
something about them fathers, I don't know. Because Carrie Ann come home from work, she look at the baby, she go upstairs and she go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Peaceful. This one. Oh, he can't. But if they turn wrong, he's like, bro, they are okay. I promise you, they're okay.
Love.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not standing for this nonsense.
Yeah,
you go ahead and edit all that out.
It's okay. It's okay. So check this out. Because I'm interrupting y'all hour of love. We're gonna go to a commercial right quick. And then we're gonna have our no passes. A little side note, we'll have our no passes. And then when we come back, Shauna and Paul are going to talk to us about just giving good advice so that people like me who's single, who don't have nobody sitting next to them, might have some hope. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody want to love on me. I don't know. But right now I'm by myself. It's just me. I got a king size bed and I literally sprawl across the whole thing. I need to be able to share. That's why you're single. Okay. I know how to share. I just don't have nobody to share with. You know what I'm saying? I got the king size, like he can fit.
Cold ass feet.
You gotta find out who he is.
Cold ass feet. Get your iron pills up.
So iron pills. Okay, I got that. I'm take note of that. Iron pills is the first thing. We gonna go to commercial. We'll be back after no passes.
She thought walking away was hard to do until walking away led to truth. Discovering a peace that was hovering, but never before allowed to enter her soul. She thought she'd grow old and even cold. If life continued on the trajectory it was headed, complacency seemed inevitable. Until she took a look at herself and said, I'm betting on you. Exploring new worlds and new views, different energies and attitudes. Allowing her heart to be open, it became consumed by what could be described as a fantasy, far from tragedy, no. A dream that if told in a story would seem too good to be true. Taking the form of perfection, physical frequencies felt through erections, emotional energies flowing like oceans. Ocean brings forth life anew, birthing art inspired by Mahogany's muse. 30 is only a dream away, and Jess Copeland can feel it. Her unexpected journeys are filled with unpredictable obstacles, but she finds escape in her poetry. However, each rhyme she creates reveals that her life's path is still unwritten. Rather than face the unknown in fear, Jess cherishes a sense of peace in knowing every day she's given a blank page to fill with lines of her destiny, however colorfully chaotic it may be. Wow.
Do you rap?
Can I touch her hair overnight? So well. I love it. Can I touch her hair? So well. All I matter.
The 20th of Black History Month, some white folks said to me, my people ended slavery, Irish were slaves too. I've been called a cracker, why can't all lives matter? There's black in my family, is this reparations? Is this affirmative action? Keep your protest peaceful, I'm friends with black people, please solve black on black crime. Where are the black leaders? Just stop talking about it, anyone can be racist. I'm white and I struggle, it's reverse racism, no critical race theory. What about white history? Wasn't alive for slavery. We don't even see color. Do you need a month? Y'all got BT.
And we are back. Y'all can come back up now.
Yeah.
So we are back. We are back. I ain't even gonna speak on the no passes. I think it spoke for itself. So moving right along. Give me some advice, man. Tell me some good things about this whole Black love thing and doing things the right. Well, you can't tell me how to do things the right way.
Well, first off, we just want to let y'all know that we appreciate being on the show.
Yeah.
I've seen the show a few times. When I have an opportunity to catch it, I wish I sat still a little bit more, but nobody pays me to sit still. And even when I try to move, seems like nobody pays me then either. So I don't know what the hell to do with myself. So I might just sit back and just watch them all. Just for fun. Binge, you say. But we had a little discussion. That's what we were laughing about when the show first started. That we are definitely going to go ahead and put together a treatment and then start our show on UVV TV.
Yeah.
We're going to figure this whole thing out because we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk so much, I be wanting myself and her to run out of words like daytime minutes in the night.
The funny thing is, we're so different.
Very.
Like, we're actually very different. And so it's not about, communication is not about like agreeing with each other all the time, because we do not.
Sometimes I'll be like, what the?
We're just like, what is he talking about? Like, but it's really just having the respect, like that background layer.
It's not to win.
Yeah, like just
not to win,
because you may not understand what each other's point of view is, and that's okay. That
would be our first piece of advice to anybody that wants to be in a relationship. You can't win.
Yeah.
This thing called love is a game. And this game is to, you got to find somebody who wants to play. And when you guys lay out the rules, the game has to be fun for both of you. It can't just be lopsided. Like, I can't make rules that only make sense for me to win. And she can't make rules that only make sense for her to win, because who the hell is going to want to play that game? We have figured out a few rules and we play them, and we're still building rules as we go along.
We're still learning,
You know what I mean? Like, one of her number one rules was, If you cheat, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right?
I have zero tolerance policy.
Zero tolerance, right?
Zero tolerance policy.
Now, I give her that because I heard her backstory.
Yeah.
I know her backstory. I just wish I'd have known 6 months before we did whatever, so I could have hold a little bit.
Get it out of a little bit.
The past people have used up my tolerance. Like,
see, I never cheated.
There's no more.
I've always been the type to just leave. If I feel like I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you the truth. I'm straight up. Her ass fat. I think I want to touch it. Now, if you want to touch it with me,
then we can touch together. There's 2 cheeks.
Or if you're willing to allow me to go touch it and come back. It's up to you. You know what I mean? But I never had an opportunity to really explore those things. Like I'm a SFL starting linebacker. That's sucker for love. You know what I mean? Starting line, I hit hard when it comes to
there you go.
Like I've always been in relationships.
Tell me this though.
Go ahead.
Whose fault is that? We were in our 30s when we met.
But
I ain't gotten that out by then.
Because I was a love guy.
30s.
I've always been that. I'm a love guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, women would go hoe and then try to get with me, and I was like, no. I know your drawers is over there, and there. I'm good. I don't want no parts.
I don't want no community meetings.
I don't want none of that community booty. Nope. This ain't Monopoly. I'm not visiting the community chest. You ever got anything good from community chest? No. Community chest sounds like clinic to me. So, you know, like, so we made those decisions, and since we made those decisions and we were based on those decisions, that's cool. I'm with it. Hey, look, I'm rocking. You know, you saw Black Panther, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is honesty, not a joke. This is serious. Remember how she made the suit for the first Black Panther? When he get hit, it just like, and then just boom, just blow up at you. That's me. I take it in. The Instagram photos of people, the videos, the nasty stuff I hear, women compliment me, all of that. And then boom, I give it all up. That's it. I ain't got to cheat. She'll be whatever I want her to be. I just won't say the name out loud. In my head, I'll be like,
oh my God.
Oh my God, look at that face. Hold up. I just saw the face that I possibly make when I'm making love to you. Is that the face? Shit, you really love me. That was ugly.
Yes, she really does. She really does.
Damn, son.
What is your advice to me before we go? Because I'm not listening to him no more.
Communication. Definitely make sure that you play by the set rules that you two have agreed upon. Be honest.
We actually had a couples therapist that we talked to, and the very first I recommend it because it's an opportunity for you to just like talk in like a mediated place, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the first day she said your marriage or your committed relationship, whatever that is, it's like a contract. And your contract can evolve and change as you get older, as you go through different journeys. Like, and the main thing is that you both just still agree on what the roles are in the contract. And it can shift, but you just have to talk it out and decide on what you agree upon and what you don't, and then abide by that. So
let me tell you this though. If we ever need to go to therapy again, it's going to be a transgender. Because I'll be damned if I get jumped by 2 women.
She was not jumping. She was good. I thought we could have got a guy. It don't matter.
Nah, son. She had already been in my business. I wasn't about to go uncork that can again for somebody else. But all I'm saying is I need somebody to see both sides of the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
didn't like. He's an Aries.
I didn't like the fact she had a new hairstyle every 2 weeks. Like, is that where the money? Is that where the money going? You know what I mean? Oh, that's a nice new piece of artwork back there on your wall. Is that what you bought with my money?
And that's what we're thinking about during the session.
But are y'all happy? Y'all are happy, so clearly it worked. So whatever.
I mean, it was all good. It was all good. Then I saw her on the street one day. I almost hit her with my car. I was like, let me see if your insurance works.
Y'all, I love y'all so much. And what I love most is that you guys came on here being who you are. And that's when I say that, I'm talking about the laughter. It was so dope that as the intro finished, it started with you guys laughing.
Because we were trying to figure out a name for the show. And at first I was like, them niggas over there. She was like, Vito.
Yeah.
Then I was like, Maven Slaves.
Maven Slaves.
And that's what made her burst.
You got something there.
You might be on to something. Because
because we definitely slaves to that little Negro.
Yeah. Makai's 23 and I'm still, and my dad called me Cash App, so it is what it is. So I get it. It don't end. You know what I'm talking about?
His Cash App more popular than all of ours.
He's like, this is my daughter Cash App. So but I named brother Zell, and I'm gonna name sister PayPal. So we got different ways to get what we need to get. It's a whole family situation.
There you go.
But I thank you guys so much for coming on here, because it was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Too much fun. You guys, and throughout this month, I've seen so many different types of love, and none is better than the other, but all of it is just so beautiful, because each time I've talked to different people, including you guys, you realize you just need your person.
Right.
And your person may be someone that's completely like-minded to you. Your person may be someone that is an opposite of you. That's your yin to your yang. Your person could be whatever it may be, but your person is your person.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Say that, because that's what we call each other. I always say, you're my person. Like, no matter what, he is my person.
There you go.
Even if I'm mad at you that day.
Know the love languages too. Fellas, learn the love languages. My wife's is acts of service, aka slavery.
Whatever.
Lift that box. Move it.
Take something off my plate.
Funny enough, you're the second couple this month who said, the wife said it's act of service. So just a hint out there to you gentlemen that you may want to try that one first, see how it works out.
Ain't one of them, they ain't gonna deny it, even if it ain't.
Yeah, you can still do
even if it ain't. Fellas.
Add a gift to it, but yeah, I'd appreciate the service too. But again, thank you guys so much for coming on here, taking time out to do it. I appreciate you. I love y'all so much. Y'all are super dope. This year, wait, quick, before we go. Black Business Cookout. Please give them the info. I've been giving the info every week, but you're here. This is who I've been talking about, guys. When I have all of them shirts and stuff like that, and I'm talking about Cousin Paul and everything, this is who I'm talking about. So tell them about the Black Business Cookout. Black
Business Cookout, June 17th, 2023, 4800 Whitaker Avenue, Philadelphia, PA. You can register at theblackbusinesscookout.com. We are looking to host about 250 to 300 businesses this year. We are moving it forward, trying our very, very best to have a car show and a couple of other things, because it's Father's Day weekend and nobody gives a damn about fathers, but I do. So I'm trying to put together this big old cookout that you can shop at and eat and talk to people and enjoy and be followed around by a guy with a bald head and a gray goatee, and he can ask you questions about your life.
And he'll call it the beard of wisdom. Just throwing that out there.
That's he drinks Earl Grey tea. So now he got a great goatee.
So me and that man are about to go play some golf.
Get it going.
We gonna go and we gonna do our thing. But again, I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Coming in like this and handling this. You guys are the perfect couple to end this month of Black love. So thank you so much.
We're not perfect. We're perfectly imperfect.
We are. We're perfectly imperfect.
And I'm an attention whore.
And on that note, we are out. See you guys next week.
Remember, you can find It's Just a Conversations and so much more at melanatedverses.com. Also, follow me on social media platforms at Melanated Verses.
This is just a conversation. Really about it, don't know more than observation. That's enough to be patient, but we won't take it, we will not be complacent. We cannot erase us, that's part of history and all our innovation. We're just having conversation. Really about it, don't know more than observation.